My first term pro was a red shirt, it was a white shirt, a green shirt. Well, I had a blue shirt too. And we weren't even a hard goods company yet. We weren't into the club business, we weren't in the ball business. And all this has transpired since '96, and that all started from the top. It came from Phil Knight. It was a direct order from Phil, and at Nike, whatever Phil says, it gets done. How do you hit the ball flush every time, where you're always perfectly in balance? You know, I was taught by my dad, you know, how do you tell a, 4-year-old, 3-year-old, how hard you can hit a golf ball? Well, it's actually pretty simple. He would say, swing as hard as you can, or as hard as you want, but as long as you can follow through, come back, and hold your finish. Just hold this position. You can swing as hard as you want. Okay, cool. As soon as I would swing too hard, I'd fall off balance. Well, that's too hard. Well, go ahead and swing. And as soon as I would find that point where I could swing at that speed, then he would say, okay, now back it off just a little bit. Because obviously you can't tell a 3 or 4-year-old 10%. So he said, just back it off just a little. And that's how I played. So for my entire life, I've always played being able to swing and be able to come back and stay here. I can crank it up and hit it harder, just like Anthony can. You see him on certain par 5s, be able to crank it up, hit over bunkers, but it always maintained perfect balance. There's a drill that, my dad would have me do is whatever club I could hit 150 yards, he said, okay, how could you control your distances? How could you get that feel of a draw is going to go further than a fade? Be able to hit different trajectories, different shots to the same distance. So, okay, whatever I hit 150 yards, I hit that club. For me, it's an 8-iron. Okay, now I hit a 7-iron. Now I hit a 6-iron. Now I hit a 5-iron. All lining the ball exactly the same distance, but then he would put a caveat to that. After doing that, he said, okay, now hit a low fade, low draw, high straight, low straight, and just hit all different shots, everyone landing the ball the same distance. So again, what I say about hitting the ball the correct distance is all about trajectory control. And how do you do that is out here by practicing and with feel. And just like Anthony said, he gets over and just feels it. Just go ahead and hits the draw, but that's feel that he's developed over the years of practicing. And it's something that, unfortunately, not all of you guys are privy to. You can't always practice all the time. But one of the things that I would always stress to you is if you can, with all warm-up sessions that you do, try and get an understanding of what kind of shot you have that particular day. There are times you have bad warm-up sessions. You hit the ball left, right, high, low, right?
All the time.
Well, that happens. And one of the things I try and do when I warm up is try and get a pattern. If I'm hitting too many fades, I'm hitting too many draws, I'm hitting too many low balls, too many high balls. So when I go on a golf course, I can then aim for that kind of miss. I have that kind of understanding of where my golf ball is going to go, so I can keep it in play. So if I'm hitting too many cuts that day, well, I'm not really going to fight it. I'm going to go to the right side of the tee box, give myself the best angle, aim for the left, and use the entire fairway to get the ball in the fairway. If I hit too many draws, I'll go to the left side of the tee box, aim for the right, and hit nothing but draws and try and get the ball in play. Same with the iron shots going to the greens. These are things that we do on tour that people don't really realize. You say, why is he moving on the right side, left side of the tee box? It's because you're trying to get the ball, give yourself the best chance of getting the ball in play, and as well as in the green. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I didn't really know what that was either. No, Tiger's right. That's how I learned how to play golf. I also learned how to play from my father, and I think it's very important to just go out there with what you got when you have a bad practice session. There's lots of times where we go out there and we're hitting, I wouldn't say 30-yard hooks, but 10-yard hooks and spraying it to the right or hitting it low, and you just got to go out there and play with what you got that day. I think that's what I've learned from guys like Tiger. Obviously, I don't watch golf that much, but the times I do, it's usually the best players in the world when you're young and you're just trying to learn how to play the game. And I've noticed if they're hitting a cut, they're always hitting a cut. They don't play. They take one side of the golf course out of play. And that's very important. I just started learning that. I wish he told me some of the stuff that he's telling you guys earlier. But there's a learning curve out there, and that's that's something the best players in the world do, and that's very important.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for coming. Hope you guys had a great time today. Anthony and I had a great time. This has been a great day for all of us, and hopefully we provide a little bit of insight that might help your game improve just a little bit. Thanks, guys.